Dopamine, also known as the motivation molecule, is responsible for all things good. It controls how we feel and hence what we do. So the human body is no more than a device, and every device requires its fuel. The only thing that separates us from the device is we make it that our body is self-operating machine. So a lot of the main functions are already designed to function in harmony, and it is only a matter of what outside influences we introduce to it. So the food we eat, the liquids we consume, the air we breathe, etc. So it all should be calculated mindfully because they will interact with our existing chemicals. So dopamine, thankfully, is already present in our system in large quantities. And the best part of this molecule is that we don't even need any substance to boost it. Light exercise can also help pump it into in our body. So first, let us address the powers of this molecule and its effects. So dopamine is a neurotransmitter and essentially the reason for life. Not survival, but the very zest of life. Concentration, focus, and inspiration are its main jobs. Lack of this molecule and even depletion of it can cause empathy, decontentment, and even depression. If we do not feel like waking up in the morning, it is probably because our fuel tank is running very low on this molecule. So the I can do spirit is a direct result of higher level of dopamine. And the I did it spirit is the cause of even more dopamine in our system. So remember how we discussed how discipline and realistic goals. So when we set and achieve achievable goals, just the mindset to do so is due to dopamine and the success of it. It is what causes you to keep going. That's more dopamine. So our body is truly a wonderful device. So why are we so many of us so low on what is freely available in our body? Well, there are 86 billion neurons in our brain that interact with each other. So the information they are transmitting is the information we subject ourselves. So if I am constantly subjecting myself to negative information, then the neurons will have nothing but the negative information to communicate. But if I subject myself to positive things, then my brain will be communicating that information just like a computer. So my output will depend on it. Information is not just pieces of data, but also the chemicals that are present in our food and air. Drugs, for example, have a positive effect on our mind only until a certain time. Once that drug wears off, we go back to the feeling of what we felt. So this gives rise to dependence on such drugs, where on such drugs, and what doesn't help you grow only decays you. So even the food we eat, the vegetables, the dairy products, and nuts are proven to increase levels of dopamine. But excess of any of these foods, and we have got obesity on our hands, which is also an addiction. So chemistry is all about the right proportion, and we must learn to use this science to our best advantage. So mindful living incorporates a throughout understanding of the workings of nature. Our body is part of it. Hence, it is crucial for our success to learn how our body responds to certain things and how we take control of it. So, meditation in the form of reading, walking, or simply gazing into the horizon are natural and completely free methods to boost dopamine. Careful consideration of what and how much we eat also has a significant impact on our enthusiasm for life. So learning is probably the most important, however, often overlooked component of the feel-good factor in our mind. When we learn information that could solve our problem, it gives us motivation to actually solve that problem. So the success itself is proof of the value knowledge has in our life. Knowledge is power. Though cliche, it is 100% true. How will you solve an equation if you don't know the formula? The highest achievement of our generation is that we have devised a way to get information on our very fingertips. So the AI designed to crawl through this information is also developed to sort out only the most authentic and high quality content. So despite this progress, if we refuse to learn, then it is our own fault. This is where our free will plays a role. The one that pushes themselves to be better and taking full advantage of this system. It is true that the internet has good and bad information, but everything is like that. Even water can kill you if you overdrink it. So it is upon us to learn wisely, and your every click records your preference. So prefer the right things. Don't let the world happen to you. Make the world happen for you. And finally, treat dopamine as only the technical aspect of your existence. Don't stress on just chemically influencing it. Only thinking just a bit, every one of your action will automatically help you make the right decisions. So that chocolate does look appealing, but why does it? Is it because to look that appealing because my mind gives it to that temptation? Smoking is my habit, but how does it help me? Do I waste about 40 minutes of my day doing it or and ignoring the task that I actually should be accomplishing? So on and so forth. You need to ask yourself these questions. If you exert this much control over each one of your decisions, then high level of dopamine is the direct scientific consequences of it. And the direct consequence of that is a high quality of life.